person is, huh? Come on, ladies. How's everyone doing? Awesome. Good. Hey, good to see everyone. Glad to be here. We had a nice trip down to Springfield at Kickapoo High School shootout. And so if you want to ask some questions about that, we play Lee Summit North tonight, number 5 team in the state. So we're excited about that. So I'll field your questions at this time. Whatever you want to ask, I'll try to answer. Okay, here we go.
So obvious one, how'd you guys end up doing at the tournament?
Good question. Let's recap. We started off against Springdale, Arkansas, nice athletic team, long and very skilled. They beat us by 8 points opening round. I thought we were pretty evenly matched. They'd had one game underneath their belt, and that was our first game, and I thought that was a big difference. Not to make any excuses, but we did not play up to our capabilities the first game of the season, and they got us by 8 points. So tough start. Our offense didn't play particularly well. We didn't take we took good shots. We didn't take the best shots we could, and turnovers were a factor in that too. Tough start, but kids kept their head up, and then we were fortunate enough to get the number 4 team in Arkansas, Fayetteville High School, Friday night, the next night. I really liked our mental approach. I liked where we were emotionally too. We had a good practice that morning. So we felt like we could play a lot better basketball, and I knew in the locker room that we were going to play better basketball. Unfortunately, at the end of the first quarter, we were down 21-2. We had 11 first quarter turnovers. I mean, we were really, really pathetic and bad. And that's an understatement. But what I like about our team, they're very persistent, believe it or not, we're down 19 at the end of the first, and then we come back and fight, scratch, claw. We get ourselves back into a situation where we're only down 2 points in the fourth quarter. Now, they've had to call some timeouts because we have the momentum. Drew Courtney just did an amazing job coming off the bench, had 11 points, hit 3 threes, and really helped us bring us back into the game, along with our defense, which was pretty solid. And it's a 2-point game in the fourth, and they called timeout. Unfortunately, our defense let up a little bit, and our offense didn't execute the way it should have. They go on a 6-0 run, end up winning it by about 8 points, 69-61. So tough way to close out the fourth quarter. We really thought we could get that one done. Then Saturday morning, we play St. Louis Imagine College Prep High, the number 7th ranked team in Class 4A. And we were in control most of the game. We ended up winning 74-57. We made 23 out of 27 free throws. Handled the pressure very, very well. Took a little bit better care of the basketball, but our offense started catching up with our defense, and our defense played particularly well that game too. So overall, it was a good experience, and like I said, I told someone the other day, it was a great experience for our inexperienced team. We have each player on our team is in a new role this year, and so yeah, we have some returners back, but each person's in a new role, and so it was a great test for our guys. Yes?
What are you guys doing for your upcoming game? What are you guys doing to prepare?
Well, like I said earlier, we play Lee Summit North this evening. And the things that we've done to prepare, first of all, we played 3 tough games down in Kickapoo. I think that's great preparation for our conference opener, and a good team, what I consider one of the top, if not the best team in the metropolitan area in Lee Summit North. They've got a very quality player in every position, they beat us a couple times this summer when we faced them. They're just a very well-balanced team, and very well coached, and Coach Hilbert does a great job down there. I think our experience down at Kickapoo is going to help us because we played teams that were, I think, just as good as Lee Summit North. So I think that's going to help. But we're not going to do a whole lot different. We need to play good man-to-man defense this evening. We worked on that in practice yesterday. They have a big kid, Torrey Miller, that's a force inside, and he's a Division I type player, even though he's just a junior. But we've got some strategies to defend him on the inside. Plus, we like our bigs and how hard and how effectively they play defense. But it's going to take good perimeter play from our guards on the defensive end to shut down some of their shooters and guys that can go off the bounce. Offensively, we just got to take better care of the basketball. We'll get good shots. We're going to play hard. We're kind of labeled ourselves as a blue-collar team. We're going to have to, the balls could go either way, 50-50. If the loose ball charges, things like that, we've got to take charges. We got to get the loose balls, dive on the floor, be scrappy for us to be successful. So I think we're ready to go. Our kids are excited about it, and we're looking forward to the big challenge. Yes?
Now that you guys have those few games under your belt, how have you seen, or what differences do you see in your team from last year?
Well, I think there's each team from year to year, from what I've seen, is very different. We have a totally different personality. We have different makeup, different guys. So, we don't have any returning starters coming back. The three seniors that we're starting at this point in time were reserve players and role players last year. So, like I said earlier, everyone has a new position on the team in a different role and a different capacity, and what they're expected to contribute is totally different from last year. So we're figuring those out, and the guys did a good job of that down in Springfield. What we're going to do is we just rely on our motto and our team covenants this year, and one of them's we and the other one's trust. And so it's a unity thing, it's a trust thing, and when we play, hopefully you can see that on the floor when we play. I see it when we practice, but those are the things that can change a little bit from year to year. It's just what we stand for and how we play. This team here has the opportunity to be pretty good, and I like the direction that we're going. We're playing a pretty tough schedule early on, so we're going to have to get good early if we want to be successful. Yes.
What do you do for your players mentally?
What do we do for our players mentally? We do a lot of things. First of all, I'm a big believer in visualization. If you can see yourself being successful, you're going to be successful. And so it's just the positive thoughts. I try to teach guys never to be in a shooting slump. Always think that you're going to make your next shot. I think that if your mind sees it, your body will follow, like I referenced earlier. It's just like a golfer, just like a tennis player, just like anyone else, a quarterback. If you can see yourself making that putt, if you can see yourself making that ace serve to win the championship, that puts you in a better frame of mind. It relaxes you, and the mind is a very powerful thing. And your body will follow it if you give it the right direction. So we're big into visualization and building confidence and things like that. And we do more of that as the season progresses, because we do less physical work in practice and we'll do more mental work. That's bigger as the season moves along. But mentally, it's the attitude, it's the frame of mind, it's toughness, it's character, it's our team covenants, it's unity, it's trust, it's things like that we talk a lot about mentally. Yes, Chris.
Down in the tournament, you had very little time to rest. How does that affect your team? Because usually you have 1 or 2 days to prepare for your next game.
Exactly. Rest is very important, and we probably got the least amount of rest of any 3-day tournament that I can think of, because think about it, each game we played was less than 24 hours from the previous game. So we tipped off at, I believe, 6 o'clock on Thursday. We came back on Friday. We played at 4:30 in the afternoon. And then we get done Friday, and we come back around and play Saturday at 11 a.m. So the turnaround was not very much at all, and rest was key. But yeah, we had a practice Friday. We took it a little bit. We actually stopped at Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar. Had a shoot around. Had about an hour-long shoot around on Thursday, and kind of got to allow the guys to stretch their legs a little bit, get up and down the floor some, get some shots in. So we're appreciative of them to let us do that, and then also, you know, just to you know, having the opportunity to practice on Friday, have a little shoot around and walk through, but not do much. You got to be careful. You do have to rest. Saturday we showed up. We just got extra shots in. We showed up at the gym at 9:30. We got about an hour's worth of shooting in before we went to the locker room, had our pregame talk, and then came back out and ready for warm up. So we didn't necessarily have a practice Saturday morning before the game, just extra shooting. But yeah, the rest is important. But you know, it's not it's good preparation, because if you look at it at William Jewell at the holiday tournament over Christmas break, you have an opportunity to play 3 games in 3 days. Our tournament here in January, you're going to play 3 games in 4 days. And then there's the chance in district play where you're going to play back-to-back nights. Make it to the Final Four, you're going to play back-to-back nights. So it's good preparation for us to have that type of schedule. Yes?
Now, I know you said you had, you know, a new coach or two. So how did them and the players mesh this weekend after?
Oh, I think you know, I think that's one of the things that was brought up last week in a question. You know, what's the best part about going down there? Is it the competition or camaraderie that's able to be built and things like that? It's both. I mean, we're going down there to win games and do the best we can, but a byproduct of that is a great opportunity to get away for 2.5 days or so as a team and just focus on basketball. And I think that's very underrated. I mean, I think that I'm appreciative of the opportunity that our program has to go down there and have some fun and be a team. But we have numerous team bonding opportunities, from the van rides to going out to eat, and you know, the shoot arounds, time in the hotel. And I will say this before I completely answer your question: we're very grateful of the Springfield area and Kickapoo High School in general. They've been over backwards to put on a great shootout, and they put us up in the Hilton Gardens, a brand new hotel, and very nice. And you know, the hospitality down there is unmatched anywhere we go, and it's just a nice place to go. And so I first want to thank them. But you know, we do find out a lot about our guys and the camaraderie that is built, and I think they find out a lot about each other. I did find out this, just a tidbit, and I won't mention any names, but you can do your homework and maybe ask around and see who I'm talking about. But I did find out that 2 of our young players were able to, after a game, we went to Fazoli's to eat, and we had 2 young men that combined to eat almost 40 breadsticks as a pair. So, you know, you split that out, that's pretty impressive. You know, I was astonished at the amount of food that a couple of our guys were able to eat, but overall our appetites were pretty strong that night, weren't they, Malcolm? So yeah.
My question is, after those 40 How did they play the next one?
How did they play the next? They actually played very well. Fortunately, they had a night to recover and got some good rest. But I think that's got to be some sort of Fazoli's record for two people to put away that many breadsticks. But we were able to bounce back and play well and get a nice victory that next morning after the feast. So. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your time and your interest in our program. Great questions as always this morning, and we will talk to you next week about our performance tonight at Lee Summit North. Have a great day. Go Jays.
A big thank you to the following sponsors who made this press conference possible on KLPS Channel 18. IV. Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, Pony Express Bank, and The Landing.